Okay, this is Blake, and Blake is a Morgan. He was a stallion most of his life until about 3 years ago. And his owner went out and found him in the, well, it was at a ranch that actually no one lived, and the horses were confiscated because they were wild, inbreeding and breeding and everything. And she went out and got him. And she tried breaking him to a saddle and doing all that. She did not do a bad job since she was still working with a fairly wild horse. And she found me, brought Blake over to my place, and I started working with him. And we've shown him, and he's just come out to be a really amazing horse. Although he still has time to be spent on him, he's shaping up nicely and he's sculpting into a well-broke horse. But we're still working on a lot of those things. So we're going to use our top line yoga on him so you can see some of the things that come from that as far as herd value goes. Now remember that horses in the wild, they mutual groom each other, they do certain things for each other, and that makes their herd value stronger because they need each other for those things. So we're going to take and start with him just with the touch. Just touching him, making him feel comfortable, picking up his feet, asking him to pick his feet up, and when he picks them up, I'll take it up, kind of dust it off, put it down. I want to make sure that that leg is cocked and relaxed when I do take my hand off of it. And I want that to set down easy all on its own like that. That's essential to getting to the horse's mind. This is part of influencing the feet. But that's essential. And you can do this because you're going to want to pick up his feet anyways. So you go to both sides, you go to the back and you pick up the feet. And then we go on to working with the shoulders. First, I'm going to just ask him to bring his head down a little bit for me. And I'm going to rock his head a bit and ask him to bring that down and see how flexible he's going to be for me there. There, that's nice. I'm just going to tell him I like that. That's good. That's what I wanted. Now I'm going to ask him to come back and give me a little bit of a stretch on the far side as far as he can go. And then I'm going to release him. And I'm going to see if he licks and chews. If he doesn't, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try that again. Bring him back so he's stretching this far side. And his head's staying fairly straight. I like that. That's good. There's nothing out in his neck. I'm going to let him back real easy to take it back. And let's see if he got a stretch that time. If he licks and chews, then he did get a stretch. But a lot of times you have to wait for the lick and chew to happen with these horses. So he's kind of cranking in his mouth a little bit there. There we go. There's the lick and chew. So the stretch worked for him. So now we can go on to the next thing. If you remember, you have to listen to your horse. You have to give him this time to think. This is the pause that refreshes and teaches the horse. And this is the part where we say, aha, it worked. The horse got it. Now we can move on. And I would do the other side also. Keeping him balanced at this point is really important. Don't stretch one side without stretching the other. Gave into me there. Gonna let him have that back. And let him go through the process of licking and chewing if he wants to. And he probably needs another stretch here. These are all good things to do right before you're riding or right before you put the saddle on. Now he's a little tighter in this area over here. I can feel it in his neck when he pulls. So it might take a little longer for him to lick and chew. Get one more out of him and then we'll see what he does. Good boy. Oh yeah, there, he gave me a little bit more there, so we're going to just let him lick and chew. Now, so those are stretches that work down the back. Now, the other thing that we want to do is pick up his feet and stretch the front of his legs. And the way that we do this, I'm going to ask him to disengage. There's the reach there, so that you might be able to see this a little bit better. There we go. And give me the reach. Good boy. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick his foot up. And I'm going to take it here. And I'm going to start rotating it. I rotate my body. I bend my knees. And I rotate my body like this, as you can see. And then when I ask the horse to stretch the side out, I put my hip here and let his leg run down my leg so that he actually stretches the scapula out. This scapula is a free-reigning bone. It is not connected as a joint. It's free, and he's licking and chewing. That worked great. He liked it. It's a free-reigning bone that just slides there on muscle and connective tissue. So if you release that, you'll get your leads better, all sorts of things. He'll be running balanced, he'll be trotting balanced, and he'll be walking more balanced. And we want to do the other side. And as you see, when there's resistance, he just did a little bit of resistance there. I take it about 6 times, and then I ask for him to reach out and cross. Yeah, that was good. You like that, huh? See, he's talking to me. This has increased our herd relationship. He feels, oh, now I bonded with Michaella because she's done these things for me. If you just slap a saddle on your horse and go off and ride and kick him this way, kick him that way, pull his nose, do all that, that's not creating a relationship of trust and respect. But this starts at a really, really base level for the horse, deep down inside. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show is this, like right before you ride. So all you've had to do is stretch out the neck, take and release the scapula, and I'm going to run down his back. I'm going to go to the rear end, and I'm going to see if he's tender back here. So this is one that I'm just going to let you see this here, and then I'll turn him around so you can see a different view. I'm just going to come to here, and I'm going to walk down with my fingers and see his back raise up a little bit there. And I'm going to come down to these bones in the back here and just put a little pressure. If he walks away from me, it means there's too much pressure. If he backs into me, it means he really needs this. Right now, he's staying fairly neutral. He's just enjoying it. He's just enjoying it. And I'm going to press for a minute, and I'm going to release, and he released back into me, which means that he really enjoyed that. That you can do a number of times. I'll show you where this goes in the back here. Okay, Blake, can you move over? Good boy. Good boy. So I go along. Well, maybe we need this rear end moved over a little bit. Good. Whoa. That's perfect. Very good. Very good. Okay. Hopefully that gives you a good angle. I start where the hip goes around here. I start a little bit in the center of the top, out from the bone. And then I want to go at least 7 inches out from the bone here, so I want to end up right about here. So I start there and I go down to this area. See there? Now there's some tenderness there. Do you see how his back moved? There's some tenderness there. I want to sit and give some pressure on that tenderness. And then I'll move back down, and right back in here, there's these 2 bones. And you want to press on those. And his back should go up, and he's pressing into me right now. So he's liking this. This makes him feel good. This is good for a horse that has stipple problems or back problems. This can really get them balanced up. This horse actually came out of a trailer while it was running down the road about 40 miles an hour. Someone forgot to tie him and lock the door. And so he came out and was pretty banged up, and he's recovered quite well from that. Okay, then the next one is, good, whoa, good boy. The next one is we're going to come in here and we're going to do tummy tucks, which are basically horse sit-ups. Okay, you probably have done some sit-ups in your life. Well, this takes quite a bit of energy also. You want to come in to the center of your horse, and there's a belly button back here. Feel that belly button, find that center of your horse. And hopefully your horse is broke enough so it won't try to kick, but if you take this stance, you shouldn't get hurt. But if you take this stance, the horse could cowcock you and you could get hurt. So you always want to start from this side. And you find that belly button, and you can come forward till you're right under where you kind of ride there and see if that's a sensitive spot. Now every horse has a different sensitive spot. This one I'm going to start here just tickling underneath. Do you see the belly going up? See the back go up? See that back up? And then I'm going to work my way towards the girth area. See if that helps him. Okay, and then you just want to hold, 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 and then release. Okay, those are horse sit-ups. He contracts these muscles, and that keeps this top line strong while you ride. So if he never gets a chance to do this and you don't back your horse up a lot, get him to do the horse sit-ups when you're in the saddle, then this top line will break down quite quickly. And that will give you less balance while you're riding. Your horse will not be able to find his balance well, okay, because he will not be using his muscle. Muscles have memory, and you have to help them build that memory that works for you riding on their backs.